Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, I always remember John 3:16. For God so loved this world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whoever believes in him should not perish, but have everlasting life. You know, that in itself, man, is everything to me because we get the opportunity to live forever. There's a song by Queens that says, "Who wants to live forever? Who wants to live forever? Who wants to live forever and ever?" It's an awesome song. But this is it right here. If you want to live forever, man, choose Jesus. Let's get into what we're going to talk about today. Let's get into what we're going to talk about today. Zack Snyder. And as you can see from the title, why I am not watching another DC movie until Warner Brothers puts out a statement acknowledging the fans and acknowledging their commitment to try to help the fans see Zack Snyder's full vision for justice. Here, what you're looking at is Clay Enos, Deborah Snyder, and Zack Snyder. And this team is a great team. They do photo shoots for a lot of the DCEU movies. And Zack Snyder's on record, as well as Clay Enos, of proving that there is a Snyder Cut out there. And I'm going to go through some of the things that show that there's a Snyder Cut. And not only that the Snyder Cut is there, but that it's rooted in beautiful, beautiful tradition of these comic book movies and comics. And that this is the premise and this is the reason why I cannot sit by and let Warner Brothers play the fool with me, saying, oh, well, we got these other DCEU movies lined up and you're going to just go watch them and just forget about the Snyder Cut. No, I'm not going to do that. Not going to do that. So if you look at this picture in front of you right now, this is from a J. Oliver comic. And you can see here Cyborg being electrocuted by the mother box. So he interfaces with it. And this is exactly what happened here in Justice League, which did not happen in the cut we got. We saw it in the trailers. They rode Zack Snyder's back. They rode him like a donkey, and then they did Joss Whedon's movie. Again, we see them. We saw them do the same thing with David Ayer. They rode David Ayer's coattails and what his vision was, his original movie, and then they gave you another movie. Now they go back and they're riding Zack Snyder again, putting his stuff on the UK trailers of Aquaman. I don't like that. That's poor taste. To me, it's not telling me Warner Bros. Is saying to me that they're going to release the Snyder Cut. What it's telling me is, in your face, fans, we can do whatever we want to do with you. That's what I interpret it as. Until they come out with a clear statement. A clear statement. You guys can comment in the chat section on the side. Zack Snyder explained that Cyborg needed an optional face shield so that he could smash through stuff without destroying his human face. And he said this on Vero. Hence the face shield, which we never saw in Justice League. Now, some people will say, well, you're making a big deal out of nothing. The storyline doesn't change. You saw some of the storyboarding for what was supposed to happen with Cyborg as he explained his story. Storyboarding, which was changed, and Josh Whedon put in this very cheap looking stuff, which made no sense, and messed up the storyboarding. The story was supposed to be more complete, where Cyborg was explaining where the mother boxes came from after, of course, the kings of the earth had buried it. It was supposed to be that the Nazis discovered it in Germany. Now, there was an addendum at the end of Wonder Woman where Etta Candy and they went looking for the mother boxes in Belgium, but what was supposed to happen was the Nazis was supposed to find it. So the Nazis actually found it in World War II, and Etta Candy and they somehow failed to get it, which would have been an interesting story to find out what happened. And we saw the Nazis experimenting with it. Then we saw that in Star Labs, we saw Cyborg's father experimenting with it. And that's kind of interesting because we actually have footage of that. I'm going to show you in a minute. It's a cut out of the movie. Of course, an excited fan on Vero says, Snyder Cut? I'll be dead on the floor if this happens. What a trip it would be if it was released. A lot of these are deleted scenes. But this is what Warner Brothers had to say, according to Batman News, which pulled it from the Wall Street Journal. Warner Brothers' final response to Snyder Cut has no plans to release any alternative versions of Justice League. This is by Chris Beagley. The article itself was a waste of time on the Wall Street Journal. It lied about a lot of things. Jay Oliver addressed it. But in this article, it says Warner Bros. Isn't planning to mention the Snyder Cut this weekend at San Diego Comic-Con or to release any alternative versions of Justice League. A senior executive confirmed to the Wall Street Journal. Hopefully that senior executive has been fired and is no longer around. And there's a new crop of executives, hopefully. Zack Snyder was also contacted but declined to comment. And Fiora Zhang, as we all know, said that there was actually cuts of the movie ready, and that the cut that we saw with Darkseid, with the flame, that was supposed to show up in Comic-Con. So there you have it. As Henry Cavill recently said in an interview, and I remember Henry Cavill talking about this, there's really no point from Warner Brothers' perspective to release a Snyder Cut of Justice League. I remember Henry Cavill saying that in an interview. Fans who had been hoping for it can now move on and look forward to what DC has in store for the future. See, that's the difference between me and other people. I ain't gonna move on because I know it's injustice. Now, this article was done around San Diego Comic-Con this year, which was July 19th of this year. So what I'm basically saying to you guys, for all of you guys who are apologists for Warner Brothers, is that based on this unconfirmed report, which was done by the Wall Street Journal, Warner Brothers has no intention of releasing the Snyder Cut. Now, we have different management under Warner Brothers now. We have Walter Hamada. We still have the same dude, you know, I forgot what his name is, as the head of, you know, the DC films and stuff. Walter Hamada is responsible for the DC films, but I mean the guy who's responsible for Warner Brothers stuff. The vice president. We still have the same dude. But my point being, no statement by Walter Hamada, no statement by any of the executives, no statement by Warner Brothers concerning the Snyder Cut means I got to go with whatever was reported in the media. Okay? That's what I'm going on. And from what they're saying, they have no plans of releasing the Snyder Cut. Though all the evidence is supportive that there is a Snyder Cut. So, what basically they're saying, screw you, fans. You can be angry how much you want. Here's Aquaman. Enjoy that. And you'll forget about Justice League, the Snyder Cut. And I'm saying, no, I'm not going for that. And I don't care how sensational Aquaman is. I'm not watching it. I'm not paying money to watch it. I'll watch it, but I'm not paying any money to watch it. I'm not going to do that. I'll wait for it to come up on HBO or on Cinemax or on Showtime or on some other place. I am not paying to watch that movie. To which a lot of people, you know, don't like this stand because they're saying you're boycotting the movie. That's bad. When you boycott it, the people who boycotted Justice League, you know what? Look what happened. Now Warner Brothers has to fork out money. No, Warner Brothers screwed up on Justice League. That's on them. That's not. I can't defend it anymore. And you telling me I'm boycotting? That's bad. I'm not telling anybody to boycott. But at the end of the day, I'm giving you the reasons why I'm boycotting. And I'm not paying a dime for another DC movie. Sorry, that's just where it's going to be. Because those DC movies, you know what? The fans wanted Man of Steel next. And what did Warner Brothers do? Pissed them off and said, screw you. It's not in our roster. Every time the fans want something, Warner Brothers be dissing them. All right. Now, I got to say, I'm glad Warner Brothers brought Man of Steel. I'm glad Warner Brothers brought out Batman v Superman, Dawn of Justice, the Ultimate Cut, after Zack Snyder got a commitment from them to do that, after they screwed him over with the first one, the theatrical cut. David Ayer just got screwed over royally with Suicide Squad. What the fans were advertised about Suicide Squad did not come about. We got something totally different. They screwed us over, and they know they screwed us over for runtime. All right. Then turn around. We get Wonder Woman, which was good. All right. Turn around. Wonder Woman almost got screwed over. And then after that, now you're going to royally screw us over with Justice League? We was really primed for Justice League, and you're going to screw us over like that? Oh, hell no. No. And you're not sorry or anything? You're going to just slam down another set of things down our throat? Oh, no. No, not this fan. He's not going to take that. This time you're going to have to find a way to sort yourself out, because you're not going to satisfy this fan. I don't know about other fans, but you're not satisfying this fan. And I'm taking a stand now, because they don't intend to release the Snyder Cut, folks. They don't intend to release the Snyder Cut at all. You know, there's this little meme I saw, and it's fair enough. They wanted to kick out Zack Snyder from their universe. Purge me from your universe. Turn my own fans against me. It means nothing. When it's all said and done, they put Joss Whedon in there. See, when it's all said and done, you'll wish you had released the Snyder Cut. Yeah, I think Zack is 100% correct. I don't care if Zack's a producer on Aquaman. I'm not just doing this for Zack. It's a principle behind the thing. You cannot be doing that to directors because you want to have your way. You cannot be ignoring the fans. The fans are the people who drive the currency, who drive the interest in your product. So they feel they can't do without you. They can do without us. Well, fine. I don't need you either. And I'm not going to be talking about you. And you notice I'm not talking about none of their DCEU movies. I gotten disappointed and discouraged after the Snyder Cut they didn't even address the Snyder Cut in San Diego Comic-Con. And then they haven't addressed the Snyder Cut since then. Zack Snyder's been posting up a lot of stuff on Vero, got us all excited on Vero, and that's where I'm going to go. I'm actually going to watch his storyboards as he releases more and more of the Snyder Cut. I'm going to enjoy it that way. I am watching another DCEU film, not another one. I'm not paying nothing for that. I'll go and watch Into the Snyder. I will go into the Spider-Verse, which is an animated cartoon. I'll go watch that. And if it's crap, I won't watch it again. But I will watch that instead of Aquaman. I'm not watching Aquaman. And all you guys who want to go patronize and stuff, yeah, see where your patronization leads you. And I don't care. I really don't care. This is my opinion. This is what I'm going to do. And all of you guys who don't like it, well, too bad. Too bad. But that's where I stand, because I'm take a stand now. This is a principle stand. I gave them enough time. I defended those people. Remember this picture with Wonder Woman and stuff that I was defending and thinking it was Zack Snyder that did it, and it was all like the comics? Well, Jacob Torres says, "Sir, was this the look of Wonder Woman your idea?" Zack Snyder's like, "Where is this from?" Obviously, it's not his idea. They pushed stuff into the movie that wasn't Zack's idea at all. And dude's supposed to be the director of the film. Sabotage. Remember I was saying I didn't like the purple stuff? Well, listen to this. Brugo Haas says, "Hello, sir. Are those purple crystal roofs thingy part of your plan? I don't see it from the trailer due to unfinished." Zach comes back, "Yeah, I don't know what that root stuff is." You see what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? This is what we had to put up with. So cheapen the movie crazy. I was like, what's that purple stuff? Yeah, whole action scenes that was reshot by Whedon. That's Warner Brothers' take on things. You remember Batman? You see him here. He's with the turrets of the alien gun here, shooting at the parademons. That's what's supposed to have happened in this scene. It is never shown. That's him operating the big parademon air defense gun. Remember Aquaman? I know some of you guys know about this stuff already, but I have something else. It's a point I'm making here. There's a scene of Aquaman on a journey, and he's moving around, traveling. Right? He's traveling. Remember Martha talking to Lois Lane? They were supposed to talk here. This is them pulling up the cadaver of Superman. We never saw the background of the Flash and his story. Okay? We never saw Iris West. We didn't know that Wonder Woman was on a quest of some kind. And you see those little circles in the back. All right. This scene, I'm going to show you the depiction of this scene and how it's supposed to really have gone off. And the ring, there was supposed to be some depth between this and Lois Lane and Clark Kent. Okay, Cyborg's background and how he became the cyborg. We were supposed to know that in more detail. We know that from the storyboards now. Okay, Soup's reemergence, we know that wasn't there. Batman's emergence, you know that wasn't there. I mean, this is the kind of thing we had to deal with, folks. Like I said, this is the scene here with the storyboarding where Silas Stone sees the mother box to redeem Victor Stone. This is where it comes from. All right. This is supposed to be seen in the scenes where the Nazis discover it, they use it, and then afterwards Silas Stone gets his hands on it, and he uses it to bring to life Victor Stone. And Victor Stone will tell that whole story when he's talking to the League inside of the airline hangar. Wayne's airline hangar. That's what's supposed to happen. This is the young Darkseid. We were supposed to see him amazingly in that first war. He was supposed to be down there. Darkseid was down there. He had a young name. He wasn't really known as Darkseid, but he was supposed to be in there. And the concept that shows that we were supposed to have a lot more Darkseid in this movie. Yes, he was going to be more of a hint or a movement through the movie. Even Zack Snyder hints that, you know, Darkseid's important and that he was part of the First Age War. That's what Wonder Woman will see. He's not going to be fully through. This is the vision of Darkseid. We saw this in the trailers where Darkseid, you see the mother box pinging. Then it kind of explodes and goes outwards and destroys the whole world. So Cyborg sees the vision that Flash saw, which Bruce Wayne kind of saw the end point here. Bruce Wayne saw this part. This would have carried us right back to BVS right there. Man. And we've seen how BVS would have been connected to Justice League. Right? We know that this means Killer, Darkseid. All right? There's a mother box right there. Man. So the other thing that I thought was really cool and would have been associated with and linked up to Suicide Squad is if Enchantress was linked to a mother box was giving Enchantress her powers, it would explain why humans were being converted into the eyes of Enchantress, because it just like human beings in a cocoon being converted into parademons, which was supposed to happen in Justice League. Now it makes sense that the power of that mother box and something else allows Enchantress to convert humans into these parademons, and they were probably supposed to be parademons, not this eyes of Enchantress nonsense that they had. So it was probably supposed to be parademons, and Warner Bros. Said, no, don't put it as parademons, and made David Ayer do a bunch of crap. Okay, but let it be that as it may, you know. And this would have been the Flash witnessing that event, that post-apocalyptic event. So this is a link back to BVS. This is what Cyborg would have seen, all of this stuff. Oh, man. Talk about we lost a lot of stuff, man. Talk about we lost a lot of depth for the movie, you know. And then this, of course, is the First Age War. And Zack Snyder's talking about the anti-life equation in that. And this is the anti-life equation, pretty much converts a human into a parademon, which is a servant of Darkseid. So all of this stuff, man, all of this stuff. David Pena, of course, Dave the Film Junkie was the one that actually referred to this. You remember this scene from you remember the scene from the trailers, right? Which was supposed to be the ring, and then he says that's a yes, which would have been this scene right here. Oh man. Uh, so the other thing is this scene, like I said, which was from Justice League. But what's cool about it is it's not an S, right? At least we got a storyboard of Superman's first flight. Sure, it's not sure if it's from A Man of Steel or Jail, though. At least we got a storyboard. Zack Snyder says it's from Jail. So this is the sort of like a loop where Superman is flying off. I don't know if he's flying off from Lewis or if he's flying off from the ship, or if he's flying off from Alfred and he's heading down to wherever. But it's really cool. He got that little curl on him now, like Christopher Reeve Superman. And man, you know what I mean? Man. And here's Zack Snyder also taking footage of the League. This would have been behind the golden screen, you know, the stuff that we saw in the trailers. You know, this is why Aquaman looks so serious and everything. And then we have here Deadshot, and you can see all the details in Deadshot and how his uniforms kind of cut stuff. It's the same scene from the woman and Lex Luthor's probably somebody on the table there, but this is just so dope here. How Zack Snyder made this menacing character, and then what we saw at the end of the movie was not exactly that. You know what I mean? Is what it is. So for that reason alone, folks, ladies and gentlemen, for that reason alone, I can't just sit here and tell you guys, oh yeah, I'm just gonna go watch Aquaman. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that at all. I'm not gonna patronize a company that is not addressing an issue that's been outstanding for months. And yes, I've been taking care of my mom and stuff, and we've had to go through our highs and lows. But now that I'm here and I at least get a little time to talk with you guys, I'm still passionate about the Snyder Cut, guys. I want to let you guys know that. And, you know, if Warner Bros. Has no plans of releasing it, that's why Zack Snyder on Vero is doing his thing. We're gonna watch what Zack's saying, and we're gonna follow what Zack's doing. That's what I'm gonna do, you know. And I really don't care about DC no more. I'll be honest with you. I don't care about DC. I don't care about Warner Brothers. As far as I'm concerned, they're just a waste of time. I've been looking for Warner Bros. To make a statement on this. They should have made a statement a long time ago, and that would have immediately had the fans all on board so that whatever movie they put out, the fans would have been on board with them. They made no statement about this. They don't see that this only statement we know that's reported by the Wall Street Journal is that some senior executive who's an idiot said that they have no plans of continuing to address the Snyder Cut. So whoever that idiot is, hopefully he's fired. If it's Tsuchiyama or whoever the idiot is, I hope he's fired. And I hope he never gets back a job, because it cost him so much money with Justice League. It cost Warner Brothers a lot of losses. All right, that idiot cost a lot of losses. Suicide Squad, you know, they lost money on that because Suicide Squad was supposed to be a film which should have made much more money than it was, because the hype of it. It was the most anticipated film for the year. And then Justice League was the most anticipated film by me for the year, and they just blew it, right? I go in and watch that film 10 times, but a lot of people was like, what the heck is this? You know what I'm saying? And I get it now. I get their outrage and I get their anger, because this is not the first time Warner Brothers has done this. This is the second time they've done it, and they're not apologetic about it. They're not sorry about it. Toby Aaron comes up and says, we're going to make a movie to please all fans. He does not address the fact that there is a cut of the movie. So I don't want to hear from Toby Aaron. As far as I'm concerned, he's a waste of time. And I'm watching to see if Walter Amada will actually address that issue, if he actually will say anything about it at all. That's on him to try and say something. If he doesn't say anything, it's going to cost them my dollars, because I'm not paying for not another stupid DC. I don't care. All those other movies that are coming out are secondary to the Snyder Cut, in my opinion. Okay, Zack Snyder has standard that is so high. I enjoy his movies. That's why I came to the DCEU. I didn't come to the DCU because of Patty Jenkins or because of what's that other guy's name? James Wan or Dave Sandberg. I did not come because of those dudes. Those dudes are additional people who came to the DCU. I'm glad for their contributions and everything, but I came because of Zack Snyder. made me interested in these comic book characters. And so when you trying to ride Zack Snyder's coattails and make us think that you're going to put out a Snyder cut, nah, don't do that. Make a statement so we can hold you to it. Make a statement so we can say that you're a liar. Otherwise, what you're trying to tease us, I don't buy it. I don't buy it one bit. I'm not buying into that no more. I'm standing up and I'm saying, you want my dollars. You want me to be on board with what you got. You better make a statement on the Snyder Cut. And then we're going to hold you to that statement next year. Because I always said it would take about a year for the Snyder Cut to come out. So sometime next year, that Snyder Cut better be out. Which means if you don't put that Snyder Cut out next year, just I don't want to hear nothing. But I already don't want to hear anything. All I want to hear about is the Snyder Cut. When they address that, we can talk. And they got to do it clearly, plainly. They got to make a statement. And if you have no interest in the Snyder Cut, I have no interest in your company. I have no interest in what Warner Bros. Has to offer. I'm just going to go my way. Forget about that. And I'm going to watch movies that I like. There's Glass coming out. You know, that's a good movie. I'm not interested really in Phoenix. I'm not interested in that. That looks like a pile of crap. I was never interested in Venom. I was never interested in Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse got my interest. So I'm definitely going to try and get to see that movie day one. Again, I am not a partisan guy with allegiance to this company or that company like that. I see a good movie, I'm going to go see it. It triggers my interest. I'm going to go see it. So Spider-Man Into Spider-Verse definitely looks interesting. So I'm going to go see that. I'm not even interested in Bumblebee. Bumblebee looks like a waste of time. It looks like a typical Transformers movie. I'm not interested in that. Right? So it was Aquaman this year, and Aquaman looked like it was going to be. It didn't interest me at all. What I saw in what I heard from Comic-Con, what I saw from the first set of trailers and stuff, didn't really get my interest. The rooftop scene was really dope, and then I saw that they got the CG on point and stuff, and it looks really good. And I love the last trailer and everything, but I'm not going to go see that at all. Not going to see it. Sorry, James Wan. I'm really apologizing, but you know I have to take a stand. They have to stop doing this, Warner Brothers, and you know, Walter Amato's a new guy. I'm not going to, I'm put him under the pressure just like everybody else. You know, you're a new guy that came in there. You have allegiance to James Wan and stuff. You don't have no allegiance to Zack Snyder because he never worked with him. Let's see what happens. Let's see. We're going to put you under the fire right now. You can put you under the test because I'm ready to bail from DC already. I'm ready to bail from DC, bail from Marvel. I'm interested in I'm interested in Mr. Glass. That's what I'm interested in. That looked like a good movie. All the rest does not look interesting to me. Quite frankly, it doesn't pique my interest. I mean, the last Aquaman trailer was good. I was interested, but not interested enough to undo my stand about the Snyder Cut. So that's where I stand. Those who stand with me and agree with what I'm doing, do what you do. You know, do what you do. Because I'm not interested in a company that is giving me entertainment that is substandard to what it should have been, because the data and the information has already pointed to the fact that there was better movies going to come. And I don't care how many people John Campea came out, bumped his gums, talk about it wouldn't have been a better movie. Shut up, John Campea. You know what I'm saying? You just an industry parrot. Okay. Definitely would have been a better movie. I know that because I'm a Snyder fan. I saw Justice League. I saw Batman v Superman Ultimate Cut, superior movie to Justice League theatrical cut, even though I like the theatrical cut. Man of Steel was great. So I knew Justice League was going to be awesome. And I always enjoyed Zack Snyder's style. And they came, and I don't know why they couldn't just leave Zack Snyder's style. Everybody knows who Zack Snyder's style is. You go and you interfere with Zack Snyder's style, and we get a pile of, oh man, it was not what Zack had intended for sure. Okay. And now seeing all this work and what was put in, I would have loved to see the Snyder Cut, and that's what I'm pushing for. I'm pushing for it violently now. And we're going to intensify even worse very soon. You know, we're going to intensify very soon. You think this is the beginning? This is not the end. This is the beginning of the pain. We're going to bring more. Okay, we're going to intensify it even more. And I don't care about how Aquaman performs right now. I don't care about Aquaman. So don't tell me about Aquaman. Tell me about the Snyder Cut. I'm gonna stay focused. Snyder Cut. And that's where I'm at. I really couldn't care less about Aquaman. Sorry about that, James Wan. Sorry about that, Jason Momoa. Sorry about it, the cast and crew that put the effort and energy into it. But if you guys really want your movie to do well, you should start putting pressure on people and Warner Brothers to release the Snyder Cut. And when y'all start to speak about Zack Snyder, Snyder Cut, and start just talking about the Snyder Cut, I don't care what they say. Oh, they're going to ban you or whatever. They're going to threaten how much they want. You start pressing it. You know, the Snyder Cut already, Jason Momoa said the Snyder Cut was superior. It was reported superior to the present cut that we saw in the movies. Ray Fisher has time and time again said how good the Snyder Cut was, and you know, stuff like that. So we have had people come out, Jason Momoa and Ray Fisher, but it's not enough. We need more pressure on that. We got to get Warner Brothers to crack and say, listen, you know what, man, we're gonna put out a statement about the Snyder Cut. And whenever you finish your statement, if it's a positive statement, then you can bet your belly button dollar I'm gonna go watch Aquaman in the cinema and make sure I put in my dollars. And if it's good, I watch it multiple times. Otherwise, I'm not interested in nothing. Right. I'll finish talking about that. Let me see what you guys have to say. So you guys chatting up a storm, I'm sure. I'll take a stand, man. You got to take a stand out here, man. You got to take a stand out here. David Jr. Tolson says, release the mother flipping Snyder Cut. Yes, sir. I second that. I second that, bro. I second that with all my energy and so on. It's about time people understand this is what the time is. This is the time now. We can't be sitting down here taking this from Warner Brothers. It's been a year. It's been a year. It's been more than a year since Justice League came out, and the cries for Snyder Cut has been a year long. So it's about time for Warner Brothers to step up and say something about that cut. And what they're doing is saying it doesn't even exist, and they're just doing it as if they're in denial, and they're not really addressing the issue. And we're not going to take that. What's going to happen is we're going to start to ramp it up, and they're going to find out very soon that the Snyder Cut thing could actually adversely affect the movies that are coming out for them. Because, man, I'm going to intensify this stuff. I'm going to intensify the campaign, and they ain't going to like it. And I'm not here to try and be nice. I'm not going to be nice. I'm just going to just forget about them and their company and also the movies that they put out. I'm just going to forget about them. This is the breaking point. They don't understand. This is the breaking point for their company. All right? I hope Aquaman does well. Don't get me wrong. But at the end of the day, I'm not watching their movies if this is what they're doing. All right? Because obviously they're gonna say it's, you know, they're gonna say it's James Wan's film. It's really James Wan's film. Maybe it is James Wan's film because Walter Hamada is there, and James Wan has worked with Walter Hamada before. So maybe James Wan gets his film, like he said. Cool. I don't like Toby Emmerich. Toby Emmerich is a guy who, since the last vice president came, which was allowing Zack Snyder to do his thing, Toby Emmerich has actually changed up a lot of stuff that Zack Snyder had. You know, and Zack Snyder get no guarantee about it. And it looks like they pushed Zack Snyder off of Justice League. So basically, they got him out of the way, got the substandard director to finish his stuff off, and just totally truncated and chopped up his movie. So I don't want to hear nothing about no other movie right now. I want to see the movie that was supposed to be there, and you got to give me assurance that you're working on it. You don't have to tell me a deadline or a date, but give me assurance you're working on it. And we cool. We cool as beans. You can't give me assurance of that, then I can't give you assurance I'm going to watch your movie. In fact, I ain't watching your movies until you give me assurance of that. That's how it's going to stand. I'm not playing with that. Not playing at all. I'm always looking out to see if Warner Brothers has a statement on the Snyder Cut, though. I've been looking. They've said nothing. Most of their statements have been negative. And Warner Bros. Won't release a Snyder Cut of Justice League that was based on something some senior executive. Some senior executive said that. I do not know who that was, but in my opinion, it's very important that they release a statement concerning the Snyder Cut to let the fans know that they at least acknowledge them. Even if they say, they release a statement saying, we acknowledge the fact that the fans are so passionate about our movies, and there is a particular desire to see a particular movie or two movies that were currently released in a much more original version. We are cognizant of this. Even if they say something to that effect, that they are aware of certain things, we as the fans then can say, okay, we can interpret it whichever way we want, but we could say, you know what? At least they listened. At least they heard us. Now it's up to them if they want to pursue that. But at least we get the, okay, we acknowledge you. You know what I'm saying? But they're not doing that. So why should I care about their movies? All right. You treat me like crap. I don't have to buy your stuff. You know, you don't treat me like crap and then tell me buy my stuff. No, oh hell no. So that's how it goes. So yeah, those are the reasons for me not watching another DC movie until WB addresses the fact of the Snyder Cut. All right. Anybody else out there has anything else to say? Because I'm gone. Peace to you guys, man. I gotta go.